defense finally rests in Ace Attorney Investigations, an offshoot to Capcom's long-running law sim that benches the Honorable Phoenix Wright for his cunning counterpart, Miles Edgeworth. The franchise is trading away its case files for crime scenes, topped off by a free-running adventure game veneer that hopes to put a fresh new step on gameplay. It's putting on some bold moves just to be different, but does it still have that same courtroom charm? Ace Attorney Investigations takes place sometime between Phoenix's last appearance on the defense stand and Apollo's first, kicking the series off in a new direction with the star prosecutor at the fore. As the silver-tongued Miles Edgeworth, it falls on you to discover the truth behind a string of high-profile murders, their mysterious connection to a cold case dating back several years, and the unexpected reemergence of a legendary thief. The result is an off-kilter tale with equal parts comedy and intrigue. Like previous installments, Ace Attorney Investigation's story stands as one of the game's main attractions. The world and its fanciful inhabitants brim with a certifiable charm and wit, thanks in part to excellent writing and sharp localization. The stern Edgeworth may not be as likable as the fallible Phoenix Wright, but with such a strong supporting cast of bit players and oddball personalities, the game certainly isn't short on the irreverence or humor that has defined the series up to now. The script has definitely been flipped, but the core fundamentals still apply. Find a contradiction, and present the perfect piece of evidence to substantiate your claim. What's different here is how it all comes together through the game's new adventure-inspired format, which works to slim down the series' enormous word counts into a leaner, more digestible format. For the player, this means that the game's 5 individual cases flow at a brisker, more immediate rate, axing contrivances like stuffy navigation menus and map screens for live traversable environments. Clues, people, and now even tag-along sidekicks need only a friendly tap on the touchscreen to interact with, making the investigation aspect of the game feel more immediate and clutter-free. The experience is smoother and definitely better for it. Things are definitely a lot more convenient in Edgeworth's capable hands, and sometimes overly so. A new logic system puts a visual spin on the cognitive process, represented as mental post-it notes of lingering facts for you to combine and scrutinize for leads. Its intentions are good, but the mechanic makes it a little too easy to peg obvious solutions on whatever mystery is currently on your plate. Paired with the fact that you can't leave certain locations until you've found every clue you're supposed to, the game definitely takes some overt efforts to handhold you through its trickiest parts. Like its predecessors, Ace Attorney Investigations is a simple concept empowered by the strength of its words. It also doesn't hold much in terms of replayability, but at a meaty 15+ hours, it's a carefully constructed, lasting experience that you can curl up with. For each of the game's 5 separate chapters, you'll often know well in advance who the real perp behind every crime is. The real challenge is providing the right string of facts and evidence to back up your bulletproof claim. Objection! Half of what you divine comes from an investigatory phase on the field, where you'll dredge up whatever clues you can from your immediate surroundings. The other half comes from prodding suspects and witnesses for incongruities, line by line. By and large, the game sticks to what it knows, but it still manages to switch things up by dealing out its content at a more natural pace. Periods of investigation and interrogation occur in more varied intervals, which is a welcome breath of relief from the stiffly segmented 3-day courtroom trials in past games. On the downside, you'll still have to contend with a few curious leaps of logic, leading to a fair bit of trial and error that'll usually result in a hit on your truth gauge. There also don't seem to be as many new tricks this time around, keeping things familiar with past gimmicks like rotating 3D evidence and positional puzzles. You'll eventually be able to recreate crime scenes via hologram based on evidence you've collected, but really it serves more as a plot device than any real mechanic that you can have a stake in. By now, scouring every inch of a crime scene and testimony is nothing new, but there's definitely still a sense of achievement from ferreting out crucial nuggets of information hiding in plain sight. You already know who did it, but finding out how and why is what will drive you to find the truth. Capcom may have already flown the 2D coop when it comes to console games, but it's good to know that they're still capable of some slick sprites on the DS. Ace Attorney Investigations in particular is a wonderful visual treat, bursting at the seams with the color and personality that the series is known for. The portrait animations are expressive and the character designs fresh, making use of brand new art drawn explicitly for the game. The The series' trademark jams return as well, carrying over some familiar motifs and melodies, along with a brand new catalog of tracks. It seems at this point that the series has reached the full extent of its visual novel-style delivery, but Ace Attorney Investigation still pulls off a clean effort with plenty of polish. It certainly does the best with what it can do, though with Layton pulling off a good handful of anime cutscenes in their games, it seems like the series could stand to do more. Miles Edgeworth's take on the franchise doesn't pack on too many surprises, but is nonetheless faithful to the tenets that make Ace Attorney great. It isn't the next big evolution that the series was aiming for, but is simply the next game in an esteemed line of whimsical court sims. This portable prosecutor presents a case well worth investigating.